How's it going, everybody? I hope the stream is looking good today, and I hope it's sounding good today. I'm actually gonna check the sound once the stream catches up here with me in my other monitor here, so I can actually check it and see if it's sounding decent or not. Where we at here? All right. So, how's everybody going? I said, how's everybody going? How's it going, everybody? How's everybody doing? Um, I'm gonna go ahead and check the sound here and see what we got. All right. So yeah, I just listened to myself a little bit, and yeah, it sounds decent. I'm a little behind the video though, so I'm gonna try to fix the latency on that for the next stream. So that's something. Oh, I think it's got sound bleeding through. All right, so um, I'm definitely going to try to get the sound in line with the video, and I think that's just about me offsetting the delay a little bit. So I'll take care of that the next time. I think I probably got like a second delay to put on, and it'll be fine. Am I over here? I should bring my. I don't know. All right, are we good here, or is that all right? All right, so um, that's where I'm at here today. I'm gonna be going through Reddit. I'm gonna be going through X. I'm gonna go through Instagram, and then I'm gonna hit up the Apple site to see what their release was all about. I think it was this morning. Maybe it was yesterday. I got it in my feed today, so we're gonna check that out because I definitely want to see the new Mac Mini that I think they're coming out with. I saw a little picture, so I know they're coming out with it. But um, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. I think I got my setup okay over here as far as switching. Nope, I don't. It's something happens, and okay, there we go. All right, so something happens when I switch the programs, but we're good to go. Um, we're here now, and I went over Reddit yesterday, and um, I enjoyed it. Not yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday, but I enjoyed it a lot, and I definitely want to go through that again and just kind of see what's going on here today. um, in the tech arena. It is. But is this a marketing? Is your books a seriously productive tool? If so, how? Um, I'm a remarkable tool user, and well, let me just show you guys what I'm reading here. Um, remarkable tool user, and have been itching for a more robust e-ink tablet. So have been considering the Go 10.3. My only concern is that the device won't be nearly as useful as I imagine it to be. What I want is to be able to read my Kindle books and take notes on one device. Something that I can believe the two or something I believe the 10.3 can provide. Just as well as the Remarkable 2 and Kindle Paperwhite can individually beyond that. The idea of typing up docs, managing my calendar, checking email, browsing blog posts, etc. on the Go 10.3 seems really intriguing, but when I push past the novelty, it seems that, for example, editing a Google Doc on the Boox will always be subpar. Okay, so let me turn my. There we go. I can hear a little better. Um, for example, editing docs on the Boox will always be subpar. Um, relative to doing it on my MacBook, and that at the end of the day, I would have bought myself a device that can technically do quite a bit, but I only find a fraction of it useful. So I'd love to know what your experience has been or have been. Has the book served as a real productivity tool? If so, how? Um, I don't know if I've answered this guy's thing here, but I don't know. I think the Books platform is super productive. Probably the most productive e platform that we have, productivity minded platform that we have. Um, there are other ones that are useful, right? Let me see. There are other ones that are like useful, like the Supernote platform is super useful for note taking and organizing your thoughts. So there are benefits to each. Um, you just kind of have to find which one works for you and for what you need. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna respond to this guy. Well, you know what? I'll just let him know. Well, let's see. We can be back here. Uh, the Boox platform is supremely useful and productive. Did I spell that right? I did. um, it has the most tools to help you get things done and has the most options for you once you've gotten your work done as far as sharing. Um, yeah, there we go. I've done my duty for today on Reddit. All right, what else we got here? On the Books platform is supremely useful for productive. Oh, so people have been responding here. So yeah, I think it's super helpful. All right, what else we got here? I wish I could see how many people were. Okay, I can. Oh no. All right, so I'm just checking out these chat options here and seeing what I have available to me. Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. So, and that is that. So we'll go back to Reddit here and see what we got. All right. Since the option became available, since when did this option become available? What are we talking about here, Kindle user? How long? Said how long your Kindle should wait before turning off the screen. Oh, so it just obviously got an option to sleep the screen. That's interesting. Oh, what happened here? A tram just derailed and crashed into the an Apple store in Oslo, Norway. Whoa. Um, I hope you're okay, Voya. You may not be in Oslo, Norway, but I just assume Norway. You're there in Norway somewhere. Take care, my brother. Trains are derailing like crazy. Introducing the color soft. Okay. How many people out there got the color soft? I'm super interested to know um how many people bought the color soft and oh no, it's available on the 30th. But have been pre-ordering though, so um has anyone pre-ordered the color soft? Drop it down in the comments. I want to know, like, what was your reasoning for getting the color soft over a different color device that's already been on the market before the color soft? Granted, I think the color soft has that new backplane I was talking about in another video. Um, it technically was the first product in the e-ink market to tout that whole thing. But that's not a first for Amazon. Amazon is getting good for getting these deals to where they come out with technology first on their devices. They've been really good at that, and looks like they're continuing that trend. Oh, whoa, wrong one. It looks like they're continuing that trend. What else we got here? What if numbers were quantum objects? Yeah. What is your favorite Kindle? My custom index template. Okay. What do you do with this? I mean, it looks interesting, but what are we doing with it? What else we got here? Is the Nikon setup still relevant? Oh, what's going on here? Let me see how this sounds on the stream. This is perfect. Let me take my headphones off and see how this sounds. All right, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just checking the sound. Okay, it sounds actually pretty good. I'm happy with it. So sorry, you guys. This is all in the name of testing. So I'm doing a lot of testing uh, with this, and I'm just testing the sound to see how it sounds when other video comes in, when other sounds come in, to see if I'm still able to be heard or if it's echoey. I think I fixed the echo that I had the other day. I may have had that echo every stream. Today may be the first stream that I don't have the echo, which is why I said this is just all in the name of testing, which is why I haven't planned a live stream yet. So yeah. All right. Let's get back to the yeah. So help me troubleshooting my one and only pin. So let's listen to this again. So that right there, I don't have a hard metal pen, um, because I have my handy dandy Lammy right here. Listen, so there are a lot of people who ask. Let's get this up. Well, you know what? Can I go down to the other camera here? So there are a lot of people who ask about this pen right here, and I'm going to make some. This is this is a ceramic nib Lammy. So I'm not sure if you can see the nib on here, but it's a ceramic. Oh, whoa, whoa. Can we get back? Oh, focus. There we go. All right, so this is a ceramic nib on a Lamy pen. And what's special about this is that this pen has a button. Can you see that button there? Let me see that. Yeah. So this pen has a button on it. And this is the only stylus you can get that has a ceramic nib and a button. It just you're not gonna be able to do it. You know what though? I won't say this is the only pen you can get it. You can get a ceramic nib on, because I can make a ceramic nib for basically any. Ooh, where am I at? Okay, because I can make a ceramic nib for basically any pen. It's just a matter of if it's a Wacom EMR style stylus, it should be able to accept the nib that I have. But I like it for the Lammies, because these come with this, not come with the Supernote, but they're sold on the Supernote site, and I just think it's the perfect. It feels the best. It looks the best. It's probably the best quality in a e-ink stylus, in my opinion, because it comes from a company who makes pens for a living. It's just the Wacom EMR variant of their award-winning AL series pen, All Star series. Um, but yeah, so I don't know how this bump happened in the shell here. That's super interesting. What did I do here? Anyway, I'm going to make these, and a few of them, and sell them for people who want to have them. Um, I'll get them engraved with Rants About Tech on them, so they'll be personalized for whoever buys them. Um, but if anyone sees this and they're interested in that, throw it down in the comments below, because I'm definitely taking an order list of people who want to get them. And once I come up with a plan for it, I'll put that information out there. But the more interest, the better, because it just makes it more worth for me doing it. But I know a lot of people want that pen with the ceramic nib, and like I said, there is no other way to get it other than the process that I outlined. I do have a video that I'll link in the description here outlining that whole process, if someone wants to try it themselves. But I figured I'd just do the process for some people who don't want to try the process themselves, or if they just is like, I'm not that technical, I won't be able to do it. I'd rather just buy it, or I just don't want to spend the time doing it. It's a process, but I don't mind doing it, especially for people who want to get some, and for the community. So anyway, let's go back to Reddit here. But yeah, so that problem with this pen that we saw here is basically a problem with the heart of metal pens. I don't have a heart of metal pen, like I was saying, because I have my Lamy. Um, but that problem is something that is a heart of metal problem. So there's a metal weight in the pen, from my understanding. I don't have one. I have a couple of friends who have one, and we were talking about this. The E team was talking about this very product, this very thing, when we did our live stream together. And Ed and who else? Ed and Jeff was having this problem with theirs, and uh, I guess Jeff said that his rattles around inside the pen now after a while. It doesn't affect the functionality of the pen, he said. Um, so it doesn't bother him other than the sound. So I'm not sure if this person on Reddit is having this problem with it having a problem with the functionality of the pen. But yeah, that's a common thing that I've heard a lot about the Heart of Metal pen. I'm not sure if it happens on the 2 or not, but definitely the 1. All right, what else we got here? I'm a massive savings nerd. Here's the stupidest money mistakes I've seen people make. Okay, good deal. Oh, this guy's trying to get better at his pictures. Let's take a look. These are some nice shots. I hate when people are like, how can I get better? And then the shots are awesome. Maybe brighten them up a little bit. That's a nice one. That's lit very well. Oh, that's cool. Um, Oh boy, who's this? Jake Paul? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson training? Okay, no doubt. Um, got my Note Air 4C. Sorry, not a cup of tea. Oh, not my cup of tea. Let's see what this guy says here. We got see if I can blow this up a little bit more. Can I? There we go. I just got my Note Air 4C. I love my Go 10.3. It's my daily driver in tandem with my iPad Pro 12.9. However, I very much wanted a device with front light. So when there was no successor to the Note Air 3, I so there was no successor to the okay, this is a bit weird. I bit the bullet and ordered a Note Air 4C from Amazon. It just arrived and I immediately had to try it out. I'm sorry to say that it isn't for me. Besides the bigger form factor compared to the Go, it's not a bigger form factor compared to the Go though. It's it's like it's literally the same size. They're both 10.3 inch screens. We'll keep going. I just couldn't get over the graininess of the screen. It's less the dark color of the display that decided me. I have no problem with using a front light constantly, but the screen simply is a lot less crisp than my Go. Is it though? Like grainy recycled paper compared to high quality paper. I get that. That's a fair criticism. The the Note Air line does look like a newspaper. The Go 10.3 looks a bit crisper. Is it white? No. Is it the best I've seen? No. Is it good? Yes. It's very good. It's very good. All right. So, what else we got here? Uh, Wow, this is long. Okay, I guess. Wow, here we go. We're right here now, fellas and ladies. We're right here now. I guess I'm spoiled by my Go 10.3. It seems that Boox is absolutely the most fantastic device, so I went and returned the Note Air 4C immediately. Okay, all right, we'll keep going. Now I just dearly hope we will get a Note Air 4 black and white December. Okay, dude, if you're looking for a Note Air 4, oh, I get it. I get it. So he's basically saying he wants a Note Air with a front light but no color. I think that's what I'm understanding here. Okay, let's get it. Uh, December last year, the Note Air 3C came. All right, here we go. We're right here, everybody. Oh boy, we're right here. December last year, the Note Air 3C came out in October, and the black and white twin in December. If that's not the case, I'll think about getting a Chinese Note X3 Pro, but that's a last resort. Okay. Um, so to conclude, the Note Air 4C is a nicely built device, even if I very much prefer the slimmer form factor and white color scheme of the Go. Fair. It looks a lot more refined. It does. The colors of the Kaleido screen looked quite acceptable. I'd have been happy using them. The darker shade of the display wasn't a deal breaker as well. Wasn't? I mean, are we saying that it was a deal breaker? Because it sounds like that was the deal breaker for you, my brother. It sounds like the darker screen sealed the deal for you. uh, but that's something to keep in mind if you're coming. He said, however, I underestimated the effect of the graininess of the screen would have on me. The screen isn't grainy. It's the same screen. It's just a little darker. Not grainy, just darker. All right. That's something to keep in mind if you're coming from a black and white e-ink device and want to get a color device. It certainly is. If you're going from a black and white e-ink device to color, you're definitely you're going to see a difference in the brightness of the screen, because there's just an extra layer there that's not there on the black and white screen. So when you go to a, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at this really quickly. I'll try to find my diagram that I used the other day to illustrate this point. Because a lot of people don't think about this when they're thinking about picking up a color device and knowing that it's e-ink and how that may be different from what they're used to. There needs to be a sneak peek at links, at tabs. So when you go through your history, you can just click on something and get a sneak peek of what it is before having to commit to opening that actual whole web page and realizing, oh, that wasn't the one I wanted, and then have to go back to your list to pick something else. There should be a preview, a sneak peek, like they do on files. Like you could click a file, hit the tab. Oh God, what did I just do? Uh, you can click a file, hit the space bar, and it'll give you a preview of the file without having to commit to opening the program and it opening the file up all the way. You just get a preview. I like that. All right. So anyway, on to finding what I was looking for. And watch, like yesterday, I not be able to find it, but we're just gonna open a few here because I'm pretty sure one of these will be the one I'm looking for. Oh man. Absolutely not. Yeah, I've had terrible luck looking through my history trying to find um, uh, illustrations that I've found in the past. Well, we may have gotten lucky. We may have gotten lucky, although I highly doubt it. Okay, all right. Let's look and see if we did get lucky here. Nope, we did not get lucky. Oh, we got lucky. No, we didn't. I thought we did. um, we're almost there though. We're almost there. But like I was saying though, while we look for this, actually I think this is it. Um, like I was saying though, um, there are lots of layers that go into making e-ink devices, and when you're adding color to an e-ink device, that's one extra layer you're adding to the device, which is going to dim the overall screen of the device. So it's going to be a dimmer, um, created for readers by readers. It's going to be a dimmer experience because it's just like if you were to add, you take a clear sheet of paper and if you keep adding clear sheets of paper on top of each other, eventually the light you can shine through those clear sheets of paper is going to it's going to get dimmer the more clear sheets of paper you add on. Even though all of those sheets of paper is clear, um, the accumulative effect of all of those sheets of paper on top of each other eventually dims the whole stack. So that's what's happening to e-ink screens um, when we see color being added on, because color adds a bit of a layer to it, and that layer isn't totally transparent. So it's even more of a compound effect on the brightness of the screen. I don't think I'm going to be able to find that one I was looking for here, you guys. I definitely don't think. But um, uh, I would seriously want to find it so bad right now. I can't believe that there isn't a um, I can't believe there isn't a peak feature for like tabs. All right, I'm gonna have to give up on it. I really didn't want to give up on it, but yeah, it's so weird. I just need to bookmark these things when I find them. When I find it, just bookmark it. You know what? Now I can't give up on it. I'm not gonna be able to give up on it. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry, you guys. It's gonna bother me if I give up on it. I mean, it's so gonna bother me if I give up. Yeah, it's so gonna bother me. This isn't it. Jeez. Okay. So, how's everybody day going? I hope you guys are having a good day at work today. I mean, It's a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are good. It's not a Monday. It could be worse. It can't be any worse than the time I'm having right now trying to find this simple slide that I'm totally going to bookmark as soon as I find it. I am totally, and I've almost opened every tab in my history. Like it's going to be the last one I opened. That's going to be the one. Watch. It's like how could I get so unlucky there? Like I have to open every tab that I've opened in the last like month. Here we go. Wow. Whew. Okay, I found it. Okay. And it was literally the last tab. Okay, so let's get this over here to. All right. So this particular uh, illustration right here is kind of what illustrates the point of. There we go. This illustration right here illustrates the point of color ink displays, right? So you have the top layer that you see here, which is the front light. Let's zoom this a little bit. Can we? There we go. So you have the top layer here, which is the front light. Then we have, in most cases, a touch panel layer, which is going to be the way you interact with the panel. In a lot of other cases, you're going to have another layer here that's going to be the digitizer layer for, or not the digitizer layer, but the Wacom layer for your pen. So there's going to be another layer there. Then you're going to have the color layer, right? Then you have the actual e-ink display. So, and then below that you have the back plane with the electronics. But you have one, two, three, most times four different layers over the actual microcapsule e-ink display. And that's going to dim the display a bit. So let's go back to that guy's note here. And essentially what he's saying here is that he didn't like the fact that the color isn't crisp, or the brightness of the screen isn't what it is on the Go 10.3. And that's because the Go 10.3 doesn't have color or a front light. So that's it, two layers that it doesn't have. So that's going to boost up the brightness of the screen. And the Note Air 4C has those layers. So it's going to be at a more of a disadvantage there. It's just the way that it goes. Okay, so what else we got here? I got mine over the weekend. I totally love it. Well, that's all the responses. Let's go to the next question we got here. And for anyone just dropping in, I'm just kind of going through Reddit, looking at the e-ink specific questions and talking about them. Just trying to get some experience with live streaming and getting my cameras and sound and everything right, which I gotta say, it's sounding pretty good today. It's looking pretty good today. I got the controls right today. I might be able to start a regular time of streaming this week. So this is exciting for me. So the Go 10.3 or the X3 Pro? What do you guys think? The Go 10.3 or the X3 Pro? I mean, what are we talking about here? The Go 10.3, of course, for sure. Introducing the Kindle Colorsoft, the first Kindle in color. Again, has anyone gotten or pre-ordered the Color Kindle Soft? If so, like, why this one over any of the other color e-readers that were on the market before that? Max A3, way too strong. All right, screen whiteness comparison. The Boox Note Air 3, Note Air 3C, and Note Air 4C. Oh, this is interesting. I like this. All right, let's take a look here. Um, so this person was comparing with the front light on max and the front light off. Now, if you look at the Note Air 3C with the light off at the bottom here, you will see it has a reddish hue to it compared to the Note Air 3. It has a slight reddish tint. If you go over to the Note Air 4C with the light off, you will see that it has a slight greenish tint. That is the same phenomenon that is found on the Tab Mini C. I pointed it out in my most recent video that came out today. It looks like they've gone with that panel. I suspected that was a better panel anyway. All Kaleido 3 panels are not created equally. There are variations, and that greenish panel seems to be a better panel for colors. And I noticed that color shift, or like that hue of green, when I was doing my own comparisons between the Note Air 3C and the Tab Mini C, the color differences and the operating system differences. I blasted both of them, but it looks like they've gone with whatever panel that is that has the greenish hue to it. They've gone with that panel for the Note Air 4C because to me it showed better colors than the reddish panel that's in the Note Air 3C. So just to reiterate, Note Air 4C, olive colored background screen. Note Air 3C, like a reddish pinkish hue to the background of the screen. And I think the olive green screen is the better of the two for colors, in my opinion, and in my testing. Can we go back here? All right. So let's go ahead and get back into this. But yeah, I definitely appreciate this. Is a very nice graphic here. And you can see that the front light is a lot brighter as well on the Note Air 4C than it is on the Note Air 3C. Still, though, the Note Air 3 is kicking butt. Like, that's super bright. Wow, yeah, that's super bright. I mean, but the screen is obviously brighter too, so never mind. Never mind. That's to be expected. Okay, let's go on. So Apple just announced the new Mac Mini. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out too. I definitely want to see that. It says it's their smallest. I mean, it looks small as far as radius, but height, it's a lot longer. So they just traded like area for, I don't know. They just made it smaller area wise, but didn't made it taller. So it's, I don't know. It's probably the same volume. What do we got here? Hmm. I bought a Remarkable to replace my iPad for note taking. Here's why I was wrong and what I learned about digital minimalism. Yeah, I mean, I don't really need to read this to realize you were wrong, my brother. Yeah, for sure. So, what processor inside the Note Air 4C? Good question. Let's see if someone knows the answer to that. Oh, okay. So, here we go. So, 8 cores. Oh, running at 2 gigs. 2 gigahertz. I mean, that's interesting. 8 nanometer process, 300 megahertz to 2 gigahertz, essentially. So this would put it behind the Note Air Max which is running at 2.8, I think. So yeah, it's the fastest note they make. Let's check that out real quick. Ooh, I have to plug my computer up over here. All right, Note. I said Note Air Max, just Note Max. All right, let's take a look at this. This video here has the information for the Note Air Max in it. So we want to take a look at that just to kind of see. Okay, so no, it doesn't. It doesn't mention the process. Oh yeah, it does. So here we go. We got 2.8 gigahertz octa-core processor. So so this would be the fastest they have. So the Note Air 4C is running at 2 gigahertz. Okay, interesting. All right, super interesting. Screen size 10.18 inches, 304 DPI. All good information, man. I like this. What else we got here? Android 13. Okay. All right. So the Note Air 4C has a 4 or 2.0 gigahertz processor in it. It looks like running slightly slower than the 2.8 in the that's going to be in the Note Max. Good stuff. Oh no, it says running at 2.8. I mean, the stats say that it's running at 2, not 2.8. So this person who said that it's running at 2.8 here is looks like he might be wrong about that. But if it's running stock clocks at 2.8, it's not running stock clocks at 2.8. It looks like on this chart right here, it said this. I mean, it's ranging from 300 megahertz to 2.07 gigahertz. So that ain't 2.8. Yeah, that's 2.0. So, yeah, I don't, yeah. Anyway, good stuff. All right, so let's move on to what Apple has to say for this Mac Mini. I've been wanting to look at this thing, so I'm gonna just take a look at this as well. Um, New iMacs in many different colors, available November 8th. Okay, they're both available November 8th. Yeah, for $600, that's not a bad price though. To get a Mac, get your foot in the door for a Mac, $600, and that's gonna be way better than most PCs at $600 for sure. I just don't know. Hey, what about the AI? 1/20th the size. Oh, compared to top selling PC desktops. I'm about to say. Not of the last one. 2 USB-C ports, headphone jack, three ports on the back, HDMI. Huh, okay. Oh, Thunderbolt ports, of course. I love the way they do their cooling. It may not be the best cooling, but it's definitely unique. M4 and M4 Pro. Oh, no M4 Max in this one, huh? Interesting. Hmm. Gaming. What gaming are you going to do on a Mac? I mean, honestly, seriously, what are we doing here? Unless the developers start taking gaming seriously on a Mac, I don't care what Apple has to say about it. Apple Intelligence, privacy. Oh, they got my mouse in here. That's what's up. Oh, that's a nice keyboard they got there on the right hand side. That's that's decent. I like that. Minimal, probably mechanical. So the footprint is less than half the size of the previous design. Okay, so that is pretty small. And I've had a Mac Mini in the past, so I know that they're small as crap already anyway. This thing must be tiny. Okay. What else do we got here? They used to have the new marker under stuff that was new. No more. Oh, okay. So the new iMac, I'm not too like concerned about the iMac. What is the deal? There's no page? Oh, maybe they just give you this little summary. M4 chip, Apple Intelligence, 24-inch, 4.5K Retina display, 500 nits, 12 megapixel center stage camera. Uh, okay, good colors. Apple Intelligence. Okay, so I should have looked at what kind of upgrades you can do to that Mac. I'm gonna go look at that too. All right, you know what? Let's just go to buy. Oh, you can't. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's see what the options are. 10 core. Okay. And this is the M4 chip, not the M4 Pro. Can we go up to the Pro? Standard glass. What else? Oh, so they got nano textured glass too. Okay, so the nano textured glass came out with the iPad, and I thought that was because they were trying to get a writing surface going on, but it's more probably for the anti-glare properties than anything else. It just happens to create a little bit of friction, so which I think is super interesting that they would do that on a iMac. Goes up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. Okay. 2 terabytes SSD. I mean, so nothing too crazy. This ain't even touching. I mean, you can't even get a pro chip in this thing. It doesn't look like. Just a regular chip, just a regular M4. Yeah, you can't even upgrade the chip in the customizations there. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the. I want to take a look at the spec bumps for the Mac Mini, see what you can spec it up to. Oh, so you can go up to the M4 Pro for the Mac Mini. Let's do that. So you get 12 core CPU, 16 core GPU, 24 gigabytes unified memory. Not bad. What can we spec this up to? Oh, so you can bump up the Pro to a 14 core CPU, 20 core GPU. Okay, for $200. And when you do that, you can also get up to 64 gigabytes. Okay. Dang, up to 8 terabytes of SSD storage. And you get 10 gigabit Ethernet, which that almost seems like something I would do even if I weren't doing any other upgrade. For $100, I would definitely make that swap. Okay. I mean, it gets pretty decent, and it's not touching the MacBook Pro Max. I mean, you can't even get a Pro Max chip in here, and I think the Max chip comes with 16 core CPU, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at that. I didn't want to look at the Air. All right, so let's see what this MacBook Pro specs up to. I didn't do that correctly. Okay. All right, so and we'll stick with the 14 inches is the smallest one. So you can get the M3 Max, which gives you 14 cores, 16 core, 30 core GPU. Okay, so you get two less cores on the CPU, but you get tons more on the GPU. Super interesting. Okay, let's see what we can spec this up to. Okay, so the best max chip you can get is 16 cores. So you're matching the cores of the Mac Mini with their highest tier. You're blowing away the GPU cores though. They got 16. I mean, this is over double that. Same 16 neural engine cores though. Um, okay, so it tops out at 64 on the Mini, but it tops out at 128 on here. They both top out at 8 terabytes for the SSD. All right. So the only advantage to that, there is none. Yeah, there is none. Okay, the MacBook Pro is still killing it, even in the new one. 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. Interesting. Okay. All right. So now that we checked that out, I think that was all I'm going to do next is go ahead and go through my comments here and talk about what people have left. Um, oh, snap. Hey, J Cam, I've been ignoring my comments here because I'm not a very good streamer. I promise to get better. Jake Ham, I'm on my break. Um, is the Note 4C brighter? Okay, so he had a question. He's probably back at work now, so I'm gonna answer his question real quick. So I can't put it up on the screen, but I'll just read it. So it says, is the Note Air 4C wider than the Note Air 3C when the front light is off? Um, yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, we can go and look at that picture again, actually. Let me go ahead and bring that. That was an excellent picture that someone put up. And when the screens were off, like we can see it here, it's not brighter at all. The Note Air 4C with the olive screen is brighter than the 3C with that the reddish hue to that screen. So when the front lights are off, the Note Air 4C is definitely brighter than the Note Air 3C. All right, let me get to the next question here. So do you think the Note Max will be released? So I don't think the the Note Max is coming this year. Um, I think it's going to be next year for the Note. Hey, what's going on, Ed? I just saw you in here, brother. Um, I think the Note Max is going to come next year, only because they don't even have pre-orders for it. And the Palma, they don't have a date for that yet, but there are pre-orders up, which tells me that's probably coming before Christmas. So I think the Note Max after Christmas next year, for sure. What else we got here? In your perspective, is the A4 tab too big? Absolutely not. I do like the 11.8-inch size of the Remarkable Paper Pro, but I don't think the A4 size is too big. And to me, I'm saying that because I want to do multitasking on a device that big. I don't really care about looking at PDFs on a tablet that big, because I do agree with Jeffrey Moss. He makes mention that he likes the Remarkable Paper Pro size perfectly for PDFs, and he thinks anything bigger than that is too big. I don't believe that, but I do believe that the 11.8 size is perfect for PDFs because it's a good carry around size. You don't have to manipulate the PDFs much at all. If you have to manipulate it at all for it to be viewable on that size of a screen. So yeah, I think that would be great. Um, what else we got? What's up, Sam? I'm answering your questions right now, Sam. And Sam also says that Apple Intelligence is not a game changer as they package it, but progressively the build up of features will be unmatched. I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't think that the AI in any of the Apple products right now is at its full potential because they just haven't rolled them all out yet. Um, but I do think that when they do roll them all out, they're going to be good. It's going to be because they have all of your information if you're in that Apple ecosystem, and they have experience with apps sharing information, and that's key for AI doing things with your data. Being able to share that data between apps. One app knows what another app has as far as data, and it can grab that data if it needs it. It's just Apple's really good at that. They've done it in the past with programs and apps. If they bring that to the AI platform, and they are, it's going to be great. What else we got here? What's going on? 2530 Media. I'm using the older Mac Mini now. I love the Mac Mini as a platform. I used the Mac Mini back in the day. I've since moved on to MacBook Pros just because of the portability and the screens. But I love Mac Minis when I was first getting into Macs, because you can just plug a mouse and keyboard in it and kind of take it with you where you go, kind of thing. As long as there's a TV or a monitor around, you carry your HDMI cable with you, you're good to go. So I do love it for that. What is the battery organized? We got my man Ed here, just jumping in on lunch break. And thank you, Ed. I really appreciate you, man. When I see you, it makes me feel better. It really does. um, so, do you think the Note Max is meant to preempt the? It could be, Ed. That's a good point. It could be bait for that A4X2, because if you think about it, it's not out yet. We don't know when it's coming out. There's no pre-orders yet. They just threw the information out, and that was totally to take some steam away from any other situation that's going on with whoever might be making the device in the A4 size, more notably Supernote. Sam has a question. What is the battery life on the Boox 10.3? It's awesome. You get easily 2 weeks out of that, and that's with heavy use. So, um, yeah, battery life on the Go 10.3 is excellent, man. When full usage is primary, when full usage as primary device for work and meetings, etc. Oh yeah, all right. So that's basically me answering that question. So even in heavy use, and I use that device heavy, I get 2 weeks out of it. Uh, and do I do want an A44 academic grading? Yeah, man. That everybody wants that size. Everybody in academia feels like the A4 size is perfect for e-ink. So I I agree with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get to these questions I have on the comments here on my page. So we got colored shapes says if the Max had a front light, I would have pre-ordered it already. Maybe if they do a black and white version of the 4C like they did with the 3C, I'll get that instead. And that's the second time I've heard that today. So that could be a thing. All right, what's going on, Sheriff? The pen. So I mentioned the pen earlier, and I'm going to show this pen now. So I mentioned this pen earlier. I'm going to make a few of these pens. Whoa, can we see this? Am I? There we go. All right. So I'm going to make a few of these pens right here because they're the only ones that have a ceramic nib and a button. And you can't buy these anywhere. You have to make them. And so I'm going to make a few because everybody on the channel that sees them says something about the pens. And I just feel like I want to get these things in the hands of other people so they can see how good they are. So I'm gonna definitely make some. I've got like 5 or 6 people who want them. So I'm gonna try to make like 2 or 3 at first just to see how the people who I sell them to like them. And then if that goes well and they feel like the quality is good enough, then I'll make some more. Because what I don't want is to make some and they not work well. So, but mine works flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with it. It's been great. So yeah, if I can share this kind of joy with the community, that would be awesome. So I'm definitely going to do that, Seraph, and I'll put that post out. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a post today, so you can look forward to that. I'm also going to try to make a post on a stream schedule because I'm thinking about streaming in the mornings, but I want to get a feel for how people feel about that. So yeah, so Seraph, they're coming, brother. I'll get the information out there to you. Um, we got. I've seen multiple comments and reviews on book screens, especially on the 10.3. What's your perspective, Sam? I love the screens. I haven't had any issue with it. Someone brought up the issue where the larger screens were breaking. I haven't heard anything like that from anybody that I personally know that has the devices, and of which I only know 2. But each of those people haven't had any problems with it. So yeah, and I love the book screens. I haven't had any issues with them. I've dropped a couple. They seem super durable. Um, what tablets can you use? For 2530 Media says, what tablets can you use this pen for that you are making? So, this pen here is it's you can research it. It's basically just a Lamy EMR stylus that you can buy on the Supernote site, and you can buy it off of Lamy's site as well. But the thing is, you can use this on any tablet. So it's a ceramic nib, but I use it on the Tab series devices from Boox. I use it on the Note series devices from Boox. And all the Tab series devices have the same film on them, which is to say not a film at all, pretty much. On a super slippery surface, but it's never scratched it. I've used it on all of the Note devices that I have, the Note Air 3C, the 10.3, and it hasn't scratched either of those devices. I use it. I don't use it on the Remarkable Paper Pro because it just won't work on that. But I have used it on the Remarkable 2. It sounds crazy on the Remarkable 2. I hate the way it sounds on the Remarkable 2, so I just don't use it on there. But I didn't have any problems when I did the testing. I'll when I get done with this, I'll link a video of me using this on multiple different surfaces, and you can kind of get a feel for what they sound and feel like from my descriptions from that video. So I'll link this after the stream is done, so you can see that, Sam. What pin works for Boox 10.3, and just to confirm, do they need charging? So Sam, none of the pins for the Boox devices need charging. The Wacom standard specifications are such that you don't need a battery in these pins, so they don't need charging. There's an electrical field that gets created when you put the two devices together, and that kind of gives it a current. But no battery needed, so you don't need to charge these pins. And Ed says the heart of metal and gestures for the Supernote. I don't need no stinking button. That's funny. Gestures, real funny, Ed. Real funny. I got a video on those gestures coming. All right, so back to the comments we have here down below. All right, so if the Max had a front light, I would have pre-ordered it already. Maybe if they do a black and white version of the 4C like they did with the 3C, I'll get that instead. My 3C is fine, but I'm done with the color eInk until they can get the brightness and speed up. Well, the 4C may fix the problems with speed colored shapes because it has a faster processor for one, and the new backplane technology that they're using speeds up the refresh rate a lot, so it just makes the whole system seem a lot more snappy. I would look at that 4C even if you don't. Now, this technology isn't going to do anything about the screen brightness. That's going to be a problem for a while, my brother. So, take that with a grain of salt. But you can get some speed gains with this new 4C, which is one of the reasons I'm getting it myself. All right, what else we got here? Is there any upcoming double tap back gestures for the Boox devices? So Seraph, I'm not sure about the gestures just yet. Give me until Friday. I'll have the Note Air 4C in the studio Friday, and I'll be able to jump in, and I'm going to jump right into that firmware to see what they got that's new. Like, I'm going to dissect that thing like a frog. But it's going to be fun. So I'll keep that in mind. Matter of fact, I'll write this down so that I'll know someone wants to, get some information about the back gestures. But I don't think they're going to do that. And if you mean by back gestures, you mean the undo and redo like the Remarkable platform has, which I think is awesome. Like, everybody should be using that. But they probably can't for copyright reasons. But still, that's an awesome redo and undo feature. I don't think that's coming to the Boox platform. So, no. Yeah. But like I said, if they do have it, I'll have the Note Air 4C Friday, and I'll let you guys know then. Matter of fact, I'm going to start doing what everybody else is doing. I'm going to just do a live stream when I get it. Like, well, no, I can't do that because I like my unboxing videos. What I'll do is I'll do my unboxing video. No, I'm conflicted. What I may do is have my Meta glasses on, and while I'm doing the unboxing production in the studio, I'll have a live going in the glasses kind of showing the situation. I could do that. That would be kind of cool. I've been using the Scribe as, so 2530 Media says, I've been using the Scribe as my daily driver. However, it just doesn't do enough for me. Which one of these platforms would be better for organization and workflow? Organization and workflow, Supernote. Just Supernote. I would start there. When you said organization, then the only thing that would change my mind is if this new Boox firmware has comparable organization like the Supernote platform does, and that's what I think is going to happen. But we'll see. But yeah, so if you're looking for organization, 2530 Media, Supernote, and it's got a good writing surface too, and the pens are awesome. Seraph, there is an app for that. There is. Uh, Sam says in a previous video you said Supernote A5X isn't coming this year. FCC approvals, so disappointed. Can't wait to get my first ink tab and think I've doubled down on the. Sam, Ed has like Ed keeps saying cryptic stuff. Ed says cryptic stuff all the time. And one of the cryptic things Ed from Organize for Change has recently told me is that, oh, are you sure that the Supernote isn't coming out before next year? He says that like he knows something that I don't know, which makes me think he does know something I don't know. So, here. And from what I understand, there may be people who have it in hand already that are outside the company. I think Ed alluded to that too. Me and Ed have a late night live stream coming. I hope you guys join us. It's going to be Saturday. I don't know what time Saturday, but it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be off the chain. I hope you guys join us, and we'll be talking about this, I'm sure. Um, what else we got here? Yeah, Serif, yep, double Android, tap undo, yeah. I don't think that's going to come. You are cryptic, Ed. Super cryptic. All right. Serif, by the way, you can draw a star on notes and search that, and it does search it in Boox. Yeah, that's cool. I was watching someone else's video who was using another symbol. There wasn't a star. They were using some kind of equal sign symbol or something, and they were using that as a search thing. Yeah, that works. Awesome. All right, let's jump back into these questions over here. So Martin, who we got? Martin Aaron Eze. I know I'm butchering your name, brother. I'm sorry. All right, so he says the lasso eraser takes an eternity to erase half a page on the Note 4. Ooh, is that right? Oh, wow. That's interesting. But you know what, though? I always say that the Boox platform, their lasso and their selection tool, is slow. It's jaggy. I mean, it works, right? But it's super slow. And Supernote, the Supernote platform has the snappiest selection tool on any platform. Well, the Remarkable 2 is good too. But I would still take the selection tool of the Supernote over any platform. Period. Bar none. Hands down. Not a question. What else we got up here in the chat? Are the Android versions? So Sam says, are the Android versions on Boox a limitation, especially with other productivity apps like TikTok, TikTok? Sorry, TikTok is good. I don't have a lot of experience with TikTok, but I hear a lot of people talking about it, and they seem to love it. I haven't had anybody say anything bad about it. No, I think you'll be good with TikTok on a Boox platform. Yeah, you'll be fine. All the symbols work. Good to know. Good to know, Serif. I appreciate that. Yeah, Ed, tell us. When's it coming? Ed knows something. I know he does. I'm not going to pressure Ed because Ed probably has sources he's got to protect. And I don't want to put Ed in a compromising position. But Ed knows something. And for that reason, I'm going to say maybe the Supernote will come out before next year. I still stand by my statement. I still stand by it next year. But I'm less confident in that. All right, anyway, let's go on to the last question I have in my comments here. The colors look a little improved on the 4C. All right, so we got My Life in the Desert. Says the colors look a little improved on the 4C, but I'm not sure it's enough to get me to upgrade since I just bought the 3C last month. I also think that the colors from the Cloud 3 look better on small screens, but I don't understand tech-wise why that is. Well, the reason why color look better on smaller screens is just because contrast. You get better contrast on smaller screens. And things are snappier on smaller screens and more precise. So, and just think about a line. If you were to draw a line on a piece of paper, the smaller the line, the more the contrast. Okay, that doesn't make sense. We'd have to color the whole page in one color. Oh, that doesn't make sense. All right, forget that analogy. But smaller screens have better contrast. It's just the way it is. Yep. Less to do. Less to do. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, you guys. I'm gonna go play some disc golf. I got a video to make for a different channel, and I gotta go play some disc golf for that so I can get that video done. And I love disc golf. So, oh, disc golf plug. If you guys haven't tried disc golf, get outside, try some disc golf. It is fun. It is super fun. I crapped on it for a whole long time before I tried it myself, but it's definitely fun. All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me. You guys made the end of this stream awesome. Thank you so much. It made my day so happy. So I appreciate you coming through. I'm going to put out a post on the pins there, Seraph. I'm going to also put out a post on a stream schedule that I want to kind of like adhere to, but in the mornings. So if you guys don't like morning streams, let me know. If you guys are okay with morning streams, let me know. I'm thinking about doing it around 9-ish. You know what I mean? In the morning, 10-ish in the morning. Let me know what you think about that, and throw it in a comment, and I'll check you guys out later. All right, you guys. Take care. Peace.